Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about how to publish your thesis before you graduate from college or graduate school. So this video is brought to you by C Enterprise. So first about myself, I'm Xi. I got my master's degree from Caltech. I've published 6 papers in academia, and I'm now running my own small business to help you succeed in your publication process. So email me at this email address for further discussions. Now quickly we move to the reasons for publishing your thesis. So why do we bother to publish it? Firstly, you will become a published author, which is just such a cool thing. Second, you are guaranteed an awesome grade for your undergraduate graduate thesis. So even if you or the examiner do not like your research topic, or for other reasons they do not want to give you a good grade, if you have already published your thesis, then it is guaranteed that you get at least a B plus. I would say 90% chance you get an A or even A plus. So it is extremely useful for your graduate school public applications. So in your applications, your research experience, especially your research publications, is the most important determining factor. So if you have one shiny published paper in your profile, then your chances of getting admitted would be much higher than your peers. Okay, let's move on to how to get them published. So there are a few steps. I will go through each of them one by one, and hopefully by the end of this video, you have a good idea of how to publish your thesis. So first step is to come up with a timeline. So you could choose to co-author with your research advisor. He or she will probably love your help to get one more paper published, because in academia, the KPI, the key performance indicator, is good publications. So if you have one more paper for him or her, then they will be very, very glad. So in terms of timeline, that will be at least 1 to 3 months for submission, revision, and finally publication. So if your deadline for your thesis submission is December, then you should try to get it submitted by September or October latest. When you submitted your thesis, attach a submitted journal manuscript to show your work, to show that you have something submitted and under review by a professional reviewer. That is a very impressive thing. Step 2 is to choose 3 suitable journals for publication. So there are tons of journals out there. Choosing the right journals to submit is super critical. So look at your references and see which journal you refer most frequently. For example, if you cite more than 10 papers from journal A, then it would be great to submit your work to journal A. In that way, you're showing that you are joining the conversation within the journal. So you are not an outsider, you are an insider. And by right, you should not submit to multiple journals at the same time. One manuscript could only be considered by one journal at each time. So it is unethical to submit to multiple journals at the same time. Please do not do that. It could lead to disastrous consequences. So don't ever think about trying that. Step 3 is to turn your draft into a journal manuscript. You could read some papers in your targeted journal and follow its writing style. Usually the template is provided, so Microsoft Word template is usually provided by most journals. You could download it and just use it. LaTeX is another typesetting tool that produces awesome documents. If you like to use that, that's also fine. But sometimes people who have limited programming experiences might find it too troublesome. Then in terms of graphics, it would be wonderful if you could improve the graphics to make them look very professional, because each manuscript, when it is published, it will last in the knowledge base forever. So you do want to make sure that your figures look as pretty as possible. Then do a few rounds of revision and submit your manuscript. Then comes a few weeks of anxious waiting. Then you find you probably, you might, I would say, more than 50% of the chance you will get it rejected. That's just a norm in the industry. Top journals, for example, Nature and Science, are rejecting more than 90% of manuscripts. So rejections are expected outcome. It's not a big deal. It hurts people's ego, but it's really not. It's not like a people is rejected. It's your manuscript is temporarily rejected. So if rejected, study the reviewer's comments, revise it, and submit it to a different journal. By the way, I was rejected 5 times for my first journal publication, and I've got it finally published and accepted published on my 6th attempt. So keep trying and persist. The 5th step is to wrap up the work and get accepted and published. Many journals these days charge authors for publication fees. It could range from a few hundreds to a few $1,000s. If you cross this paper with your research advisor, then he or she could use his or her research grant to cover the publication fees. So do ask them for help. Don't pay the bill yourself. After it is accepted, you become a valued customer of the journal, and you will finally be treated nicely. And before it was accepted, you were treated like some unwanted customer, but once it's accepted, they become very friendly, and they wait for your response. They wait for your final outcome to come so that they could typeset it and get it out of their way. So proofread carefully and quickly submit final work. Then is the moment to celebrate your years or months of hard work. Okay, I know the process is extremely difficult for many people who are trying it for the first time, so I'm here to help you along the way. I offer proofreading and other editorial services for a reasonable rate. I deliver end products within 72 hours, and overnight delivery is also available. And we could discuss your work through online Skype conversations to get to know your aspirations and your research work more. So do email me at this email address for a short chat, and the first 20 people who get to work with me will get discounts. So that's all from me today. Have a nice day. Thank you.